Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard. Kai Havertz in the Champions League final. Ivanovic! In the middle, it's just behind him. But it's tapped in by Hakim Ziyech. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off. Hat-trick hero. Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode,
Chelsea have confirmed they've parted company with their head coach Enzo Maresca.
Oh, welcome back everyone to another episode of At the Bridge Pod. I am your host Mike and I'm joined in this virtual New Year's Day room filled with Lions. I have Berth, I have Chris. It is the Friday show on a Thursday. It is a brand new year. Happy New Year to all. It's also an emergency pod, which we kept pushing it back until it happened. So we all know what we're on about. Well, let's start with what we're looking forward to this year, this weekend. What's the idea here? What are we thinking?
Oh, I mean, this weekend. I mean, I've had a lot on the past week or so. So I think I'm just going to relax this weekend and brace myself for the new year.
A quiet one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I've got my birthday in a couple of weeks, so that'll be where it picks up again. But yeah, a quiet one this weekend, I think.
Chris has a big birthday turning up this year. Centenary year, big year for him. Chris, what are you doing? What are you looking forward to this weekend and year?
Saturday team's got a game on Saturday morning, if we're not covered in snow, obviously. Which we won't be, let's be honest. I'll put all the warnings out and then it'll just be that sleety stuff that never actually settles on the ground. And then I don't think I've got anything else planned the weekend, to be honest. I think it's just that. So rare weekend where I'm not standing in the freezing cold or the rain for the entire weekend.
Okay. The snow won't really affect me in a sense because it's look, tough one for me. I'm working from home tomorrow, so that's not a tough one. I'm just saying I'm working from home, so the snow not really going to issue. To be fair, toughest time of the year for me because I'm such a back end of the year kind of person. I love the autumn. I love the fall, the Halloween of October, bonfire night, Thanksgiving football, and then Christmas. So when it comes to a close, I'm certainly a bit meh. January, February suck. I think we can all agree that January and February usually do just suck ass.
They are the worst 2 months of the year.
Whoa! I just said my birthday was in January.
Yeah, that's great for you.
That's a great day.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't make January, February.
It's a great holiday for all, and you should all celebrate it.
Okay. What I'm going to celebrate is games of the weekend, which I'm not even excited for any of this, to be honest. I've got Saturday, 12:30. It's Celtic Rangers, so it's the Old Firm derby. That's back. That's usually a good game. It usually involves a fight. Sunday, same time again, Leeds Man United. Usually a good game. Usually involves a fight. And then 7:45 on Sunday, PSG versus Paris FC. Could involve a fight. I don't know. It could. There's a lot of derbies here. Could involve a fight. Will it be a good game? Probably not. Probably be very one-sided. So, you know what? Scrap all that and just watch. I would say just watch the AFCON because that's into its knockout phase and there's some really, really good games. And I didn't actually write them up because of the fact that when I wrote the script, which has took many a change, I didn't know who was in the round of. I don't know if it is the quarterfinals. I don't know because they changed it to.
I'll be honest with you, Mike. I have absolutely no idea how the AFCON works.
Right. So this is what we've got. We've got Mali, Tunisia, Senegal, Sudan, Egypt, Benin, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, Algeria, Congo. Can't read. DR Congo. The big one is the good old round 16 game with South Africa taking on Cameroon. I think that'll be a big, really fun game. I haven't watched a lot of the African Cup of Nations just because of the time zone difference. That's
yeah. I was going to say,
I'm lazy. I'm like that. Just
what time are these games on?
They are. Let's have a look. It's respectable this weekend. It's 4 and 7, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad for
in
us.
the
Yeah, it's
afternoon.
all right.
Yeah, not in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, Shevva, I feel like Shevva Shoutouts is kind of redundant because they're all. I haven't actually looked at them. It's been a busy new year. I've been miserable. So, episode comments. I think Chris got a lot of love. He always gets a lot of love. He got a lot of love, and it got actually censored. One of the comments did, which was interesting. It got censored. Yeah, it's here we are. Yuri. So many people need to come into this comment section and apologise to Chris. He's been so right for so long. The rot at this club runs from top to bottom, but starts with the owners. The club is infected with their poison. The sporting directors and Maresca can be improved upon for sure, but nothing will change whilst the ownership are here. They are the issue. They need to go. It's time for Stamford Bridge to turn toxic for as long as they persist in their way of working. I can sort of see why Spotify went, well, we're going to block that. It could have just been because they said, Chris, apologise to Chris, and then Spotify just went, I don't think so. Kind of, we like our engagement. There's a lot of discord. A lot of people agreeing with Chris. A lot of people unhappy with how the game's gone.
A quick shout out to our partners heading the game who have some brilliant upcoming sessions starting in January of the new year 2026. They are running multiple completely free programs focused on combining physical activity with mental well-being, all in that supportive, no pressure environment that you know and trust. First up, it's their 12-week men's mental fitness football program. It's a mixed ability space where the scoreline doesn't matter, but the conversation does. It's open to men aged 18 or over, completely free, and a great way to build a healthy routine for the new year. That's starting on Monday, the 19th of January, 2026. It's at 8 p.m. at Hurstmere School, 3G in Sidcup. And they're also running free flexible football with mental health support at Lee Academy 3G in Erith. Whether you want to just talk or just play, you'll find a very welcoming group of lads and a very, very great atmosphere. That beginning on Thursday, the 15th of January, 2026. And it's at 7:30, so no pressure, there's no cost, just football and support every week. What more could you ask for? And finally, for anyone aged 50 or over, maybe your dad, your granddad, your nan, your mum, Head in the Game are launching a fantastic new Yoga for Living Well program. These sessions are gentle, social, and designed to help you get active, meet new people, and just boost your well-being. They run every Thursday at 11:15 a.m, starting the 15th of January at the Bradbury Centre on Reculver Road in Herne Bay. So, for full details and to get involved, head over to headinthegame.co.uk.
So, here we go. Right, we're not even... usually we go into the news. So, news drop. No elevator of Chelsea news this week. No point, because instead it's an emergency pod.
Been quiet, isn't it?
It's been
the elevator's firmly dropped.
Well, if you wondered, I'd got two stories in the lineup, and it was about James McAtee and Jarell Hatto could be going back to Ajax. So not exciting. So the emergency
no
pod.
one cares about them anymore.
No, we do. Well, are you sure? You sure?
We do not care.
Look, we've got big emergency pod inside a regular pod because Enzo Maresca has left Chelsea Football Club. So how do we get here? How do we get here, listeners? Let's walk you through a timeline of stepping on hot coals, on needles with bare feet. 30th of December last year, reports emerged that Maresca's position was under review following a poor run of December results. The pressure intensified after, obviously, sections of the home support were booing at full time following, obviously, the draw with Bournemouth at the Bridge. New Year's Eve, a major article dropped focusing on Chelsea's ownership model, about how the club will not deviate from its high-volume trading approach, young players, long deals, sold or renewed based on performance. Maresca, or whoever replaces him, would be expected to make this system work with the players that are available. And the ownership are taking a very dim view of any public criticism put upon them from the manager who is in charge at the club. So hours ticked on. So what started as, it was a bit of background noise, if we're honest. It's been going on for a few weeks, but we've ignored it. Snowballed, didn't it, into something that felt quite defining for this club. Sky Sports reported that Maresca was unlikely to make it to the end of January unless results improved quickly. 8 p.m. on New Year's Eve, reports emerged that Maresca was not ill after Bournemouth, and he had chosen just simply not to attend the post-game conference as he was weighing up his future. 10:36 p.m. Stories started breaking breaking of a falling out with Badadig, Bali and Maresca. At midnight, clocks had struck a new year. Well, reports were claiming that we were set to open emergency talks over Maresca's position. 12 hours later, 12 p.m., New Year's Day, Fabrizio Romano reports that Enzo Maresca has departed the club, and then 18 minutes later, the club officially confirm it. So we are new year, new manager. I have covered a lot of this in my losers list, and I'm determined to not repeat myself. We never struggle to attract managers. And look, for me, Enzo Maresca is not solely responsible for this season. He's not. That said, he does carry some blame. You know, he does pick the starting 11, we think. He does coach the players. We definitely know that. Playing Mal Augusto at left back, benching Esteval, persisting with this rotational model, that is within his control, unless I am completely incorrect here. He got those wrong. Guys, I do say, I've got to say, we are, I feel like we are staring at the trees instead of the forest, because the most alarming line, when I was reading the article from CFC Central, was this ownership expects any coach to make that system work and use the players at its disposal. So in other words, the manager's opinion's largely irrelevant. That's what I got from it. Chris, how do you feel about today?
I'm buzzing.
Fuck's sake.
Never took to Maresca. Don't think he's achieved anything of note. Football was awful. Players was getting worse. Team was getting worse. Everyone moaning about the way that we're playing and then really upset that the manager's got sacked. Well, he's the one who's determining how we're playing. So you can't be both. You can't be annoyed at how we're playing, but then want the manager to stay, because that makes no sense whatsoever. He's the one who's choosing how we're playing. Like, the revisionism on him as well already has been absolutely ridiculous. Rewind to the summer last year, right? So many of the Chelsea fans was like, oh, I'm not even going to watch the Conference League because we shouldn't be in it. The Conference League's pointless. We should just play the kids and sack it off because nobody cares about the Conference League. And now all you hear is Maresca's won a European trophy and we've sacked him. Third-rate European trophy. The worst European trophy you can win. So, great. Brilliant. Woo! I don't even think the Conference League is as good as winning the League Cup. Winning the League Cup would be more of an achievement than winning the Conference League. So that doesn't matter. Like I said, the Club World Cup that everyone seems to be absolutely buzzing over is a glorified pre-season tournament invented by FIFA to make money. So again, it was good. It was nice. Brilliant. But does it define whether your manager's good enough? No, definitely not. He's proved over the time that he's been here that he's not consistent over a league campaign, because we've done the exact same thing 2 years in a row. We've had a title challenge until November and then fell off a cliff. And then last year, we managed to scrape into the top four by going on a 5-game winning run at the end of the season. That's the only reason why we got in there. Before that, we didn't look like we was getting top four at all. That's not a good manager. That's just a good run of form. A good manager has you in the top four comfortably by Feb. You know, that's what happens. I think the players are getting worse. Like I said, I think what he's managed to do to Cole Palmer, I think, needs studying, because how you can take a player that good and make him look so average is an incredible piece of coaching, really, but the wrong way. I don't think any of the players was getting better. I don't think the team was getting better. I don't think he even wanted to be here at this point. And I think when it comes out that as soon as the Man City links started, whether they're true or not, I don't think Man City will go for someone who's such a loser, to be honest. But when those links started, I think he threw in the towel. I don't think he was interested anymore. I think you've seen that with his demeanour. I just don't think he seemed completely committed, and I think that translated to the pitch. I think the players didn't look as committed, because I think they knew for a long time that this guy isn't going to be here past the summer. So why should I listen to him now? And I think it was one of those things where it's better just to cut ties now. I understand people saying that they don't want another new manager and we've sacked another manager. By the way, just while we're on that, when people are talking about the amount of managers we've had under this ownership, can we stop including Bruno Soltor, who had 1 game in charge, please? It's not a manager. It's not a manager. You can't.
Who's doing that?
You can't put. Everybody.
Are
They're like,
they?
oh, we've
Wow,
had 5
okay.
managers under this ownership. And then they put like pictures of them all, and they've put that Bruno there, and it's like he managed 1 game. He was caretaker.
I need
That
to
doesn't
check
count.
this.
That's absolutely fucking stupid. But yeah, I understand that. But you can't just keep a manager just because you don't want to sack another one. If he's not good enough, he's not good enough. And 1 win in 7 isn't good enough. We're miles off the title. We're miles off the top 3, let alone the top 2. The form is sliding backwards. He's failed to get anything really out of any of the new players who have come in. And I completely agree about the whole structure thing. And will any manager be able to work under this structure? Possibly not. But I don't think it's that uncommon now in modern day football for the coach to coach the players and the club to decide what players they bring in. I don't think many managers now have a huge say in signings. And I'll come back to Villa again. Unai Emery doesn't have a huge say in the signings at Aston Villa. And he's doing a good job with the players he's given. So again, it boils down to the fact that was Maresca awful? No. Was he going to win us a title? Definitely not. Is there managers out there who could do a better job? Yes. Will we appoint any of them? Probably not. But will we get someone who is remarkably worse? I don't think so.
Berth, I won't repeat. I won't comment until I want to hear you.
No, I mean, I think the writing was on the wall for a while. I don't think he'd have lasted the season either way. I think they've actually, if anything, probably done it at a good time. At least now we can sort of rebuild a little bit instead of the problem getting worse. I'm not buying into the fact that the board are telling him who to play and who not to play. Bringing on Gusto in the number 10 is that's on the manager. Playing people in out of position is on the manager. The style of football is on the manager. The board's not going to tend to play this methodical, slow build up, sort of possession based style of play. That's on Maresca. I think Chris is right. I think he did. It did. I don't think it's any coincidence that he almost seemingly checked it out when the Man City link started. I don't think he's going to end up at City. I think City would be stupid to get Maresca. I'm not saying Maresca is the worst manager in the world. Of course, he's not. He is a good manager, but I think last year, I mean, we was talking about it in the group chat. I think people are going on like this is Thomas Tuchel or Jose Mourinho going. Yeah, it's Maresca. No, I mean, he won the Club World Cup, which if I'm beating PSG, no one would have been that bothered about it. If it was Benfica who beating the final of that, people would be like, oh, that's good. Absolutely. I'm happy with that. They won't be going mad. And then the Conference League, I mean, come on. It played like Karabag in like the quarterfinal or the Leisure Warsaw in the semis.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. It's not
played
as
Real
if
Betis in the final.
Yeah. I mean, and I just think that is the bare minimum. We got into top 4, which is good, but that's where we should be. We should have kicked on from last season. The signs were there early. We should have kicked on. The alarm was when we drew 0-0 with Crystal Palace in the very first game of the season. Yeah. That's when we all should have thought, wow, this is a worry. This is a concern. And people will sort of moan about the Liam Rossini links, and I get it. I do get it. But I think he's a good manager. Obviously, the board like him, which was clearly a plus at the moment. And I don't think he would do worse than Maresca. I think he's got a track record of working with young players and doing well. And I'm not saying he's the answer, but for this season, could he do a good job for us? He probably could. And then at the end of the season, we could sort of see where the future lies then. But I just think this Maresca thing was always going to end badly. I didn't think it'd be now, but yeah, it was always going to happen.
We've won 2 trophies. He won us those 2 trophies. We were in them and we won them. The Champions League was secured. Poch wasn't able to do that. Maresca did. I've got to praise that. I then we close the door on the past. We're now looking at the future. The favourite, again, apparently this could change literally as we publish this episode. It could change because that's just how today in the last 24 hours of work with this club. So as it stands, the favourite is Liam Rossignol of Strasbourg. And look, how do I feel about that? I'm fed up. I'm fed up. I'm really fed up because sacking Maresca doesn't change anything. It doesn't. The real losers, I feel, from all of this will be everyone, the listeners, the fans, the thousands and millions of Chelsea supporters around the world, because the sporting directors will appoint their next yes man. It's clear that they appointed Maresca and said he is the right man for this job. Well, they were incorrect then. They haven't had their positions reviewed because they've done so well. Ownership will continue buying wonder kids, flipping them for profit. And when, not if, we appoint Rossignol, it'll be more of the same. And I'm sure he's a lovely bloke. I really am. How am I supposed to get excited about that appointment? Why should any Chelsea fan be buzzing for that appointment? I just won't be. It feels like we're like FIFA or the Madden franchise. You know, it'll be better next year. We'll fix it. You boot it up again. It's the same thing with just a new coat of paint. And we've now had Tuchel, we've had Pochettino and Maresca all fall out with Badad Igbali. Graham Potter doesn't count because he's Graham Potter. We're going to look at Liam Rossignol, who fell out with Hull ownership and left. Look,
well, to be fair, they sacked him because he missed out on playoffs by 1 point, and then he almost got relegated the season after.
Again, though, that's a championship manager. I know he's doing okay at Strasbourg, but he does have a lot of money. You kind of probably should be doing all right in a league that's very much one team.
Can I just say, is a point though? Is a point. I'm not going to say Liam again. I'm not saying Liam Rossignol is the answer, but is Liam Rossignol getting Hull pretty much to the playoffs a better achievement than Maresca winning that league with Leicester?
Yes.
With the team they had, which is by far the best team in the league.
Again, Maresca has only ever achieved bare minimum everywhere he's been. Well, actually, that's not true because he was shit at Parma. Didn't even achieve bare minimum there.
It's not an improvement.
No,
Liam, it's not an improvement. I want an improvement.
I agree.
Who'd you get in?
If you sack someone, if you sack a manager, it's because you're going to get somebody better.
I agree. However, I don't think Rossignol is a better coach than Maresca on the face of it now. I completely agree with that. However, I do think he could be a better coach for this squad.
Yeah.
Because he's working with very young players at Strasbourg. You did the maths on a pod a couple of episodes ago about what their average age is. It's really low, like us, and he's doing a good job there. I think that's 7th in Ligue 1, which is good for Strasbourg considering they was nowhere before. He's doing well in the Europa League as well. He beat Crystal Palace a couple of weeks ago. So I think is he a better coach? No. Is he a better coach for this squad? Possibly. Realistically, whoever we appoint, when they come in, all they have to do is get Cole Palmer back to anywhere near the level that Poch got him to, and we'll be a better team anyway.
That's I'm not going to disagree. One of the things that a lot of fans have got to the point where I'm feeling this way. A big problem seems to be the managers falling out with Badad Igbali. That's quite clear.
That is a problem.
Look, if everyone you meet in life is a problem, often the problem is you. You know.
Yeah.
And Igbali now comes across to me as he isn't a problem that you can solve. He's an issue, and it seems to be an ego thing that will define this ownership. Look. How do I put this? He's fell out with 3 managers at Chelsea, and he's also fell out with Todd Bowley. There's a bit of a you can't keep falling out with people and go, more. It's not my fault. Ugh.
Roman Abramovich did though.
He didn't fall out with everybody though. Not everyone.
Roman did.
Yeah, he did fall out with a lot of people though.
But not everyone.
Fall out with most managers.
I mean, bear in mind, he fell out with almost every manager we had.
Yeah, like
that's why
all of them. But the only reason why people didn't moan is because he won all the time, and he's a true winner. So but like, the problem is though, this day and age, every manager, whenever they get sacked or whenever there's a loss in form, they always fall out with a boss. It's literally just modern football. I don't think this is a new thing and just a Chelsea thing. This is just modern football.
Yeah, I agree. I think though, from the ownership's point of view here, that obviously they must know the heat that they're getting from the fans at this point. And
Yeah.
it's another one of those problems that they could turn around really quickly. Because what the fans are moaning about is, yeah, okay, so right now it's Maresca getting sacked, but I think that'll be tomorrow's chip paper when we get someone else in and we win a couple of games. Everyone will forget Maresca ever existed. So I don't think that's a massive issue. That's just their gripe at the minute. The main gripe from the fans, and rightly so, is there's a lack of belief in the vision, in the way they want to go about it. People believe that we're only going to sign really young players who we can build up and then try and sell on for a profit, and we're never going to appoint a big name manager. If they want to turn this around really quickly, just appoint a big name manager. That's all they have to do. But don't appoint Liam Rosenior. Go and get a big name. Go and get a big name manager.
The thing is,
and then literally
yeah,
the fans instantly then cannot have a gripe with the ownership.
correct, but that big name manager will want control over which players come into the team, and the ownership won't allow it.
The problem is, though,
they won't set themselves up for that.
I don't think that's true, though. I just don't think that's true anymore. I don't think there's many clubs now in the world where the manager has a complete say on who comes in and who leaves.
Yeah, I agree. The thing is, right, define big name manager, because Cesc Fabregas is a massive name. Is he a big manager, though? He's done well with Como, don't get me wrong. But
yeah, I'd say
would you say Xavi's a big name manager?
No, because it's 4 letters long. No,
that aside, would you say he's a big name manager?
I would say he's a bigger name manager than Fabregas just because he won a title at Barca. So you can have on his CV that's already up. I mean, if you really wanted to go and get someone who is a relatively big name in management and has achieved good things, you'd go and get Inzaghi.
Yeah, bring him back from Saudi Arabia,
back to Europe. Yeah, I mean, I've seen Conte on the odds list. That won't happen.
That will go well.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen. Absolutely no chance. Nagelsmann is another one who I don't think the fans could have a massive gripe about. I think if you put out all of the rumours that it's going to be Liam Rosenior, and then anyone you appoint after that, I think the fans will be happier with, because everyone's already wrote Rosenior off already.
Yeah,
and he ain't even here yet.
That's the problem, innit? That is the problem.
Yeah,
I've already wrote him off.
Which is why I think Fabregas, to be honest, would be the smart appointment if he wanted to come. Because I don't see a world where Chelsea fans turn on Fabregas unless his form is really bad, because he's so loved by the fan base already. It's the Frank Lampard thing all over again.
Right, as of right now, again, this could all be outdated. Multiple managers have rejected Chelsea apparently today. Again, don't know who they are. Don't know if they've been approached. Don't know if they've just literally gone, I'm not going to be... Like, I could say I'm rejecting the job. Does that count? I don't know. Cesca's not in contention. Thank fuck Roberto De Zerbi isn't being involved. Andoni Areola is being considered. I think this will just roll on. We even could get another name in about 10 minutes' time. It's just one of them. We don't know. It's brand new year, brand new shit. Right, well, we do have winners and losers. It's still relevant. We did play a game. We did take on Bournemouth in the Premier League.
And then Driver lurking at the far post to level Bournemouth. The long throw causing problems for Enzo Maresca's side again.
Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 2. It was another 2 points dropped from a winning position, which was the worst thing. Winners and losers, who have you got and how many have you got?
I've got 2 and 4.
Same.
I've got 3 and 3.
Fair play to you,
You know what? You're really sticking with the 3 and 3, and I like it. I do like it.
He's doing well. My first winner was Esteban.
Yeah, he's on mine.
Yeah, he's on mine, obviously.
He kind of...
That was obvious. That was obvious, wasn't it?
He reminded me of that meme of a derelict house with a Lamborghini parked outside. It was that was him. That was him against Bournemouth because the rest of our attack just poor to outright garbage fire. He stood miles above it. Maybe because he actually played okay. So the fact that he played okay against shit, it made him look even better. It's one of them, and he constantly took his man on. He showed flair, he showed his confidence. He actually showed that he could play football, which was nice. And I do savour the 15 to 30 minutes that we are allowed to see of him whenever, our ex-manager Maresca remembered he existed. So yeah, imagine this lad under Parche. If you had Esteban on the left, Palmer on the right, you'd probably have a good attack. It kind of reminded me a bit of Eden Hazard in the sense of I'll carry this game on my own.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I genuinely think if Esteban did not play a minute in this game, I don't think we'd have scored. I really don't.
I don't think we would have.
Why was he a winner for you guys?
He was just the best player on the pitch, to be honest with you. No, I thought he took his man on. Looks like he was the sharpest out of all of our forwards. I couldn't live with him really, but on either side. Obviously won the penalty for us as well. It was just direct. Like he didn't slow the game down. A lot of our players slow the game down. But as soon as he got the ball, he lifted the fans and he created something every time he got on that ball and he ran at defenders. He looked to cut inside or he looked to go down the byline. He always produced something at the end of it. And it does make you wonder why he hasn't played more. But yeah, I thought he was outstanding. I thought he was the best player on the pitch and he just had to be a winner, really.
Chris?
Yeah. Well, second half, he got switched to the left. And it's the best left winger performance we've seen from a Chelsea player this season. Doesn't even play them.
Yeah.
I think that says more about Garnacho and Gittins than maybe it does about Esteval. But it was one of those performances where I sat there watching the game and I enjoyed watching the game just because I wanted to watch him play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like how Palmer was a couple of years ago, where you watched Chelsea games just to watch Cole Palmer play. And then Esteval was like that in this game. Because I'll be honest with you, if he wasn't playing, I probably would have turned the game off. Because he was literally the only one doing anything remotely productive in the game. So it was absolutely bizarre when you see him play that he wasn't starting games regularly. The whole protection thing doesn't make any sense to me. I'd rather have 5 good years of Esteval and then sell him to Real Madrid and the rest of his career be shit than have Esteval, 50% of the time for 10 years. I'm not bothered about that. I want to see him play now because he is, at the moment, comfortably should be one of the first names on the team sheet.
Who's your second winner from the game?
Enzo Fernandez.
Oh,
He was my second winner. Yeah, he was mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was. Again, I think he got worse as the game went on. To be honest,
I think he was trying too much, weren't he? He's trying too hard.
Yeah,
I think that's what
I agree.
Enzo Fernandez does. To be fair, when we're sort of losing control of the game, he will try a bit too hard for those killer passes. And to be fair to him, I know he doesn't always come off, but he does always try and make things happen. Execution wise doesn't always come off, but he does always try.
I agree, and I think he should have scored in the second half. The chance that he put over the bar.
Yeah.
I think he should be. I think he should be scoring there. But his goal was fantastic, and it was a much more productive performance than we've seen from him in the past few games, especially. So I thought that was a positive.
My second winner was Robert Sanchez because I felt that he was our defensive route. I mean, some will blame him for the first goal. I don't think he makes a point blank save, and the moment that ball rebounds, he's finished. It's going in because not a single defender in front of him reacts. Sanchez, he's not. Look, he's a man of many talents. He's not an octopus. He can't do everything. He can't get every hand on the ball, and he made several huge saves across the game. And without him, it could end 4 or 5 to Bournemouth. And look, he's reliable, resilient, and he was exposed, but he was left exposed by the mess in front of him. I don't think it was on him. So I put him as a winner for that exact reason.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
Chris, you've got one more winner.
I've got me.
Well done. Congrats.
Well done, Chris. Yeah, well done.
I don't know what you did.
Thank you. I watched us draw 2-2 to Bournemouth.
Oh, okay.
And then a few hours later, Maresca was sacked. So that's a win for me.
Fucking fair enough.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know how to feel about this. I'm still a little bit raw.
Still is raw,
Yeah.
isn't it? I mean, it is raw.
Well, okay. Well, we'll go to our good old losers. I have four. That's quite obvious. It's been a long, lonely December because, to quote Neck Deep, it truly has been a long, lonely December. We've had 5 points from possible 18, one league win in our last 7, 15 points off the top, 16 above relegation. I have stolen that quote from a certain person on this podcast. We've lost to Leeds. We lost to Atalanta. We lost to Villa. We dropped 4 points to a Bournemouth side hovering near the bottom. Compare that to the last 2 Decembers, 12 and 13 points. It's not great. It's acceptable.
Can't understand why the manager's gone.
Look, 12 and 13 points isn't great. It's better. It's acceptable. This was abysmal form. I mean, what I didn't like was I always saw fans say it's December. It's December. We always struggle. Don't. We do. I know I did an episode where I said, look at what we went through. We don't struggle like this. We haven't struggled like this for the past 2 Decembers. Revisionism. Let's calm down here. Like, if we accept 5 points as normal, that's standards dying. And if we are also saying we always struggle in December, that means that is the new normal. That's the standard. I can't have that. Like,
you are right. There is struggling in December, and 12 points from December, I don't think is fantastic. But if you're going to drop points, it's going to be in December when the games are all close together, and it's the holiday season. And I do think a lot of teams drop points over the Christmas period.
Yeah,
but 5 points. 5 points is pathetic. 5 points puts you down with Wolves.
Yeah.
Well,
they technically have 3 points all season.
I'll get Chris's point. Yeah, I'll get Chris's point.
If you put a form table up for December, we're probably 19th.
We are very much. I think only Wolves and West Ham have had worse. Wolves, West Ham, and probably Burnley.
So we're in the relegation battle.
Because they have
over the course of the month.
Because according the last 5 games, we are 12th in the table. Only above Sunderland, Palace, Bournemouth, Brighton, Forest, Burnley, West Ham, and Wolves. Apparently, one of those teams we are looking at their manager. So, yeah. Chris had 3. Berth had 4. Berth, who's a loser?
Defending throw-ins.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, we literally looked like just an absolute calamity. Every time they had a throw in, I thought goal. Just the organisation of it is just crap. Actually shit. Our centre-backs generally look clueless from them. Garnacho is a space to get it and just lose his man for Kluivert's goal. It's just, I don't know what it is, but Chelsea seems to be the only team, and this includes set pieces as well, like free kicks and corners, that when the ball comes back out and then they whip another cross in, there seems to be 3 men of the opposite team always free at the back post. But it always seems it's only Chelsea that seems to happen to. Like who is organising that back line from set pieces? Have we got a set piece coach or what's going on? Like,
we've got a really expensive set piece coach.
I'm really glad.
Is he on holiday in December?
Well, Berth, I've got to go straight away. He's actually on my losers list. Bernardo Cueva, set piece coach.
I'd rather a pack of Quavers as our set piece coach.
I feel like Mr. Cueva is that manager that everyone's had. He's clearly paid to know what he's doing. No one can explain what he does. No one knows what he does, but he's paid to do something. 18 months he's been in charge of our set pieces, and well, we're not scoring more from them. We are conceding more from them. Long throws have been killing us since game week 1, and the explanation is still that we need to improve. And one thing I have to say is I look up north. I can't look south. They're not south. They're up north. Liverpool saw a problem. They acted. They sacked Aaron Briggs this week. We shrugged, and he's their set piece coach. For those that don't know,
yeah, we'll probably sign him now.
Well, he look. The thing that bothers me about this is we shrug and move on and go, he's doing all right. Where are the standards then? Where's the accountability? The worst bit is that bit, accountability. It's like, we'll be okay. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine. It'll get better.
Yeah.
Okay. Chris, a loser.
Enzo Maresca.
Yeah,
He's on mine.
He's
on mine.
Yeah, he's on.
Yeah.
Don't really need to say much about him, to be honest, do we now?
No, we don't. I don't need to go into too much detail. It was another case, though, again, if I don't think the team was set up to deal with the threat that Bournemouth had, obviously the long throws. But I mean, I've seen people between the game and the news, obviously, going on about, well, you know, how can he be blamed for conceding goals from long throw-ins? Well, firstly, it's his job to set the team up to cope with them, and secondly, if you look at the chances Bournemouth created in open play, I mean, they had their most amount of shots in a game
First half in
the Premier League away from home ever.
12. That's a lot.
Yeah,
that is a lot.
That's not just being beat by a team who's doing you with a long throw. That's being outplayed. Like, the chances they created was insane. Again, the defensive structure of the team was all over the place. And it's another case of, did the subs make us any better in the second half? No. The game died in the second half as a contest, let's be honest. Like, I think both teams almost sat off a little bit to stop the transitions as much, so it became less of an end-to-end game. But I didn't see any substitutions that made us any better. I mean, I didn't really understand the let's bring Neto on at half time, but let's move Esteval from the right, where he's been causing loads of trouble, and put him on the left just because Pedro Neto prefers to play on the right. Well, tough. Esteval's having a good game there. If you want to come on, go on the left, mate. I mean, it worked out because, again, Esteval was a good player, but you know, bringing João Pedro on for Cole Palmer when you need a goal is bizarre, and leaving Liam Delap on, who was doing nothing, never looked like scoring in a month for Sundays. So, it was another case of he was hamstrung a little bit with the team selection, because I've seen a lot of people complaining about why is he playing Gusto at left back. We didn't really have any choice. There was no one else to play there. So I don't think he can be blamed for that, because it's not his fault that Kukurea was injured and Hato was injured at the same time. So that was a little bit unfortunate. But again, it was another case of just, you've got to do something different in a game that's not going your way. You can't just do like for like subs all the time. I'll take off one winger, I'll bring on another. I'll take off one centre mid, I'll bring on another. I'll take off one right back, I'll bring on another. Do something different. Change the shape, change the approach. Just do something different. And he failed to do that, and that's why the game petered out to a draw.
Yeah, he's on my list for the final time because, look, Man City might be interested in him. It seems that he has tried to speak to them, apparently, according to something that's just popped up in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Look, the difference is City will ask what he needs and they back him. Chelsea won't, because at this club, managers are disposable. I'm convinced of it. We are built in this way so unique that we don't need a manager in charge. We're a club-led, not manager-led team. Look, the Bournemouth game on its own, it did feel like a man who's probably, and we now know he's had enough. You know, he played Gusto as an inverted left back. Why? He took Palmer off to a wall of boos. That wasn't just noise. That was a message from the fan base. Well, yeah. Halfway point in the season now, and we are worse than last season. That is true. We've got fewer wins, more losses, fewer goals, more conceded, 8 points worse off. That is regression. I have to say it. It is regression. And Maresca isn't the root problem, and sacking him won't fix this. When I wrote this originally, I said it wouldn't shock me if he's gone by August. Well, I'm 8 months early. The structure above him for me is broken, and this is the thing. Trusting these sporting directors to replace him just feels like ordering a turkey crown and being handed turkey dinosaurs instead. I do not see it improving, and it just sucks. It sucks. I did just see pop up in my feed. Good old Richard Keys has just said his opinion on this. If ever we needed less of Richard Keys, we've got more Richard Keys. Here he goes. He said, if I'm a Chelsea fan, I want to see JT given a go. He's a Chelsea man to the core, has served time elsewhere, and there's no reason he can't do what Lampard is doing at Coventry with better tools. Yeah, thanks, Rich.
Yeah, ridiculous logic, seeing as John Terry's never actually managed a football club before.
But he was on the Aston Villa coaching staff. He's done his time.
Prat. Absolute prat.
A Keysy blog post will be incoming. Who didn't talk about Maresca being a loser? I've
I
lost
didn't.
track. Go on, Berth.
I didn't. Yeah. Well, he just got it all wrong again. Really. The substitutions were weird. I thought taking Palmer off at that point, bringing Pedro on, I thought was a weird one. I don't think Delap had the worst game in the world. He was holding up the ball well, but Chris is right. He didn't have a sniff in front of goal, so he never looked like scoring. So, Pedro's been pretty much our top goal scorer this season, so why not play him up front, keep Palmer on, who, again, is a player that always looks like he's going to try something and make something happen. Just the style of play was just dull, boring, slow. The fans were getting on his back. The way we set up from set pieces, again, at the end of the day, that always falls on him. I know he got set piece coach, but he's the manager of the team. So he's got to have some input on it. And yeah, it's just that first half was just ridiculous. He was so open, and his hands were tied at left back, but there's no excuse to be that open against an out of form Bournemouth team who just got smashed 4-1 by Brentford. So they were there for the taking, and we didn't capitalise. So yeah, poor for Maresca, and now he's gone.
Yeah. Oh, Chris, give me another loser.
I've got Cole Palmer.
I think that's a bit harsh.
I think after he scored the penalty, I don't remember him doing anything else. It was just another very average performance where he had very limited impact on a game that actually was, first half especially, was quite end to end. So should really have suited him. But
I just think you could have picked so many other players that were way worse than him.
100%. But he's meant to be the talisman. So you have to hold these players to a higher standard. I'm not looking at Garnacho to win us a game because I know he's shit. Whereas I know Cole Palmer has the ability to win us football matches, and he hasn't done that now for a long time. And my issue is that he also has dropped his intensity. I don't think he's looked overly bothered over the past few months either, except probably this whole season. I don't think he's looked that arsed. And I don't think he was enjoying his role in this team. I think he's someone where you have to give him complete freedom to just go and play football, and then you'll get the best out of him. I don't think he enjoys being part of a structure. Now, some people won't like him for that, but there's a whole load of players in history who are like that, maverick players who don't want to fit into a system, they just want to play. And sometimes when you have players that special, you just have to allow them to do that. And Maresca never allowed Palmer to do that. And I don't understand why, especially when you're under pressure and your team's not performing, why you wouldn't just give him free rein to go and try and win you the game. He just always seemed hamstrung by it. And I think you're seeing again, his reaction to going off wasn't one of frustration this time, where he was kicking off about being subbed off. He was almost laughing. So he was walking. There's a video, I don't know whether you've seen it, of him walking around the pitch and
the corner.
And he's laughing to himself. That's someone who thinks, well, one of two things: either I'm glad to be out of here, or this guy who's taking me off hasn't got a fucking clue what he's doing. Because there's no other reason to be laughing to yourself. And I just think it wasn't a great game from him, but you still don't take off a player who can win you the game. You just allow him to do it. That's what you have to do.
Berth, who's another loser you got?
Garnacho.
Yeah.
He's dreadful. He's just dreadful. I think he's so weak on the ball. He really is weak on the ball. He'll get the ball. You look at him, you compare him to Esteval in the second half. Esteval, who's only 18, by the way, was walking past players. And Esteval isn't exactly the biggest of blokes in the world. No. He'd walk past players, he'd shrug players off, and he'd put in a decent cross. Garnacho will go down the line. He won't beat the man in the first place, and he'll get shrugged off the ball, and then he won't track back to try and win the ball. Now, don't get me wrong, Esteval doesn't do that either, but Esteval has that quality, and Garnacho hasn't got that quality at the moment. and it's frustrating. It's so frustrating to watch, and you can see why he got hooked at half time because he was really, really ineffective. I know he got an assist, but let's face it, that was all really Enzo Fernandez. So it's frustrating, and again, his attitude. He looks like he doesn't really want to be there. He looks like he doesn't really want to fight for the team, and I think that's a big concern as well. So, yeah, he just had to be on my list.
Yeah, my final loser was just it was a successful transformation of Chelsea because I felt as a whole, we were promised by Clearlake that they would transform us. They have delivered. We have been transformed. We are Spurs. Because as much as I've brought up the quote, we are mid-table purgatory at times. You know, I feel like our success is being measured in profit, not trophies. And we already know the sporting directors got rewarded with the contract extensions. Our football has regressed. It doesn't feel to me that the club's being judged on what happens on the pitch. Maresca's gone because of other reasons. I think that's just a personality thing, less about the results on the pitch, being completely honest. And obviously the Man City thing and everything else. Everything seems to be judged based on what the profit will be. We were told, I don't know if everyone seems to have forgot, this is a project to build a 100-point team. That has been completely forgotten about. What I see is a squad built to be flipped when the right bidder comes along. I believe my eyes more than the press briefings. I think Palmer would go. I think he'd be flipped for a profit. Caicedo, Enzo, probably harder to flip for a profit. And this isn't mine. This isn't my analysis. This is from Jake Heisman. Amazing tweet he put out. And he did an analysis of all Chelsea signings since the directors took over. And from his point of view, 42 signings, 3 genuine hits. 93% of signings have been misses or had minimal impact, some in the balance. So we've got 1.2 billion spent, 89% on players under 25. 6 have been sold for profit, 4 have made a loss. Now, this is the list that they've gone with. And we can, if you disagree with their interpretation, then just shout. So Enzo Fernandez, he's got as a miss, apparently because of the fee. Because you expect more from a £100 million player.
Yeah, I think that's a fair argument, but I would still say Enzo Fernandez is more sort of in the grey area, somewhere between a hit and a miss.
Mudryk, miss. Lavia, miss. Nkunku, miss. Not sold for a profit. Gittins, miss. Felix, miss. Not sold for a profit. Dasasi, Badiashile, Jackson, all misses.
I don't think you can call Jackson a miss.
No, I think that's probably because of the breakdown in the relationship. Though again, that's not really on the sign.
Yeah, but again, that's not on the signing, is it? Because he came in and he did his job, really.
Dewsbury Hall's a miss. I'm extremely offended by that. He is a massive hit. Not sold for a profit. Madueke is a miss, sold for a profit. Ogachukwu, miss, again, sold for profit though.
Again, I think Madueke is another one who falls into the grey area because, I mean, the fee for Madueke was minimal.
Yeah, that's true. Jorgensen, miss. Can't argue there. Kellerman, miss. Petrovic, miss. Sold for profit. Yeah. Washington, miss. Angelo, miss. Sold for profit. Amugu, miss. Not sold for profit. Vega, miss. Sold for profit. Dasha Fofana, Caleb Wiley, Sancho, Buonanotte, Tosin, all misses. And then obviously there's the new class. They've got Caicedo, Palmer, and Estevao as the hits. And then obviously this summer, so we've got João Pedro. We've also got Pedro Neto from previous. Garnacho, Hato, Delap, Gusto, Sanchez, Asugo, Penders, Antomino, Sarr, Santos, Pais, Yu, and Moreira, who was sold for a profit. They've not put a hit or miss on for that. Sanchez probably a hit. Neto, he has been successful. I think last summer was shit. I think that last summer has been absolutely abysmal when you think about it.
Yeah, but we said that at the time.
Well, look, hindsight, Delap, miss. Hato, he seems to be maybe going back to Ajax. That's a miss. João Pedro, for what you've paid, he helped us win the Club World Cup. Does that make him a hit or does that put him in the grey area with Madueke and that sort of player?
Well, so here's an interesting thing on João Pedro, and I've seen this on social media over the weekend, and I think it's actually really true. João Pedro has as many goal involvements as Ekatike does Ekatike is being lauded as a fantastic signing and having a great season, while João Pedro is being lauded as he's all right or a failure. Well, they're doing the same thing. Again, it boils down to what the team is doing. You know, I think Ekatike looks better at Liverpool because of how bad Isak has been.
Yeah.
And
No,
really,
I
I actually think João Pedro is doing a decent job. He's not the goal scorer that's going to get you 20 Premier League goals, but for his role in the team at the minute, I think he's doing a decent job. I don't think you could say that's been a poor signing.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Liam Delap's been a poor signing.
Yeah.
But again, I would just like to point out that the sporting directors are catching all the flack now for signing Liam Delap, but a large portion of this fan base wanted him. So if you want him and now you're slagging him off for signing him, you're a moron. If you wanted him in the first place, then you're as bad as the sporting directors.
Yeah. I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse, our summer window or the last 6 Manager of the Month awards. Because November went to Maresca, where he's been sacked. October was Ruben Amorim, probably could be sacked. Then it was September was Glasner. Well, he's still there. He's doing okay.
He's going to go, though.
He's going to leave, yeah.
Arnie Slot was August. That's out into the ether.
Wow.
April and March, both are managers not in their current positions. You had Santo at Forest and Victor Pereira at Wolves.
Wow.
Just don't get Manager of the Month for December.
Don't win
Whoever you are,
Manager of the
don't
Month,
win
that's
it.
what we're learning.
It's not worth it. Oh, my word. Who's got some losers left?
I've got one left.
I've got one left as well.
Go on, Berth. Let's hear yours out.
Just the atmosphere. The atmosphere around Chelsea is just awful at the minute. Not necessarily just the stadium atmosphere, but obviously what's going on. It's just a bit of a circus, not a good look. A lot of negativity, which comes with losing a manager, I suppose. But it's just not great at the minute, sort of all round. Nothing positive to talk about, really. And it's standard Chelsea, and it is standard Chelsea. But I thought that would be my last loser.
Yeah. Chris, what have you got?
Moises Caicedo.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, he's got a day off, hasn't he?
Thought he was dreadful.
Yeah.
I mean, to get booked 4 minutes into a game where you know that you've only got to make it through this game to not get booked, and to get booked after 4 minutes is criminal. He did well, actually, to stay on after that, but he stayed on because he just...
It was harsh. It was harsh.
It looked like... No, I can't even... I wouldn't even say... But you can't use VAR to overturn a yellow card, so...
No. And it might not be a booking, but he's done that over the last couple of games. He keeps diving in really rashly and mistiming it. So it was a yellow card waiting to happen. The only reason why he didn't get booked for the rest of the game is because he stopped tackling.
Yeah.
He literally just let players walk past him. So you wasn't going to get booked because he weren't doing anything. It was another case of, I just don't know. Caicedo pre-Arsenal, unbelievable. Post-Arsenal, he's come back like a different player. He got sent off against Arsenal, and it's like he hasn't recovered. He's another one who I think needs maybe a mental reset, because he just seems miles off it. I mean, he nearly gave a goal away with a really bad, well, not even a touch. Someone played him a pass and he just stood waiting for it, and the Bournemouth player just nipped in front of him and took the ball. And I thought, fucking hell, he's way off it today. I just think he's another one where we have to get him back on form, because this is what the team looks like when he ain't in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Emojis, I went with a shrug. Just same old story, wasn't it? It's like, ugh. I feel like that in general. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, I went for the yawn emoji. I went for the yawn emoji because, it's just same old, isn't it? Same old Chelsea.
Go on, Chris.
I'm going for the coffin, because that was the nail in the coffin.
It was. We'll have a look at our good old Lion of the Week picks. I don't know what we did. What did I do? Oh, no. Chris, you went João Pedro. I went with Pedro Neto. The wheel went with Gittins. No winners.
Fucking hell. We was bad there.
Nah.
I think Esteval probably deserves the actual...
Yeah, Esteval.
100%.
Yeah, he's. Oh no, I've typed in the letter 0. That was our player ratings for each player. But right, so that means we move to a good old match preview.
We are having a quiet one.
It's a nice, easy trip with no manager because we are heading up north on the road to take on Manchester City. Nice, easy game for us. So, where are they in the table? I don't know because I didn't write anything.
Second.
I'm guessing they're about second. They're about second in the league, and they're playing today. So they could, and they're not going to be top, are they? So as it stands, they have got 13 wins, 1 draw, and 4 defeats. They have won the last 5 games. They do play Sunderland today, so they might have won, they might have drawn, might have lost. We don't know. Player spotlight. Well, quite a good little team actually. Secretly good this year. I think they've been underrated because you've got the likes of, well, you got Reindeers, Foden. Foden's back in top form. Haaland's always Haaland. Marmoush doesn't. Gurky, miss Ryan Jerky. We should have got him. Omar Mamouche obviously is on international duty, and he sort of dropped off a little bit since.
Yeah, it's been poor actually.
Last time City beat Chelsea was literally a year ago. It was the 25th of January 2025. And UK number 1 was Messi by Lola Young. So we're going to be aiming to have a tidy game in this one. It will be anything but because it's not on our... Who's even going to be the manager? Is Willie Caballero still there?
It's going to be Willie Caballero. Isn't
Is he actually there?
He'll probably be the manager for this game, yeah.
How have we had... does that mean our last few managers have all been bold? Maresca, Caballero, Bruno. Who was that? Was anyone?
No, because Poch is in between.
Poch was in between, wasn't he? Oh,
No.
yeah, of course. Very, very incorrect there. What have we got for a prediction line? I'm going early and saying Sanchez. He has to have a good game.
Yeah, I was going to say Sanchez. I'll go Reece James.
If he can play, because apparently he's not allowed to play 3 games in a week, according to our medical team.
Ridiculous.
I saw that.
Can I change my thingy then?
No, it's up to you. I mean, he might play. Who's in charge?
I'll change it to Fofana.
Okay. I love the wheel. The wheel has decided to piss me off and pick Tosin. Lovely wheel. Love what you're doing there.
Brilliant.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
I'm going to go Cole Palmer.
Well, hopefully he plays. Hopefully with a smile on his face, because
it'd be so Chelsea though to beat Man City.
Yeah, it would.
Well, yeah, you're right. You are right. I can't argue with it. Right, so blue versus who? Let's have a look what we've got. Well, the last time that Chelsea faced Man City, it ended in a 3-1 defeat. Who opened the scoring for Chelsea after 3 minutes? Let's roll a clue.
Ball forward by Trevor Chalobah was up towards Nicholas Jackson, and Kasanov's header is short. Jackson lays the ball across, and it's a goal for Chelsea. And it is a mistake from the new signing that has set Chelsea up for the opening goal.
Kuzinov made a mistake on his debut. Somebody punished him. Who was it?
It's Madueke.
It was indeed my man, who now will be not playing in this game. When was the last time, guys, that Chelsea beat Man City in a 90-minute game? 90 minutes.
Champions League final?
Correct.
Wow.
29th of May. Yeah.
Wow, that's bad. That's really bad.
It's tragically bad. Yes. And of course, put these former Blue players in order of when they first joined Manchester City, because we haven't actually played Man City yet this season. We haven't. We've only played we've played Bournemouth twice already, so they kind of got in ahead of us.
Why is it like that? Does anyone know?
I don't
know. It's stupid, isn't it?
I don't know why we've played Bournemouth twice. So yeah. I've got Nicholas Anelka, I've got Raheem Sterling, I've got Frank Lampard, I've got Scott Sinclair. I've thrown him in for a reason. And Sean Wright Phillips. Listeners have no idea about that.
No. Shall I say why?
Yeah, please fill them in, Bert. Yeah, we got it, yeah.
So I was at a service station the other day and stood next to me, Scott Sinclair. And nice fact for you, he complained about how cold his chips were.
Wow. There we go. That service station, not good chips. You have met 2 former Blues this year. You've met Gary Cahill, Scott Sinclair. Very different career trajectories at Chelsea.
I actually did have a chat with Gary Cahill, and that was a bit of more of a formal conversation than my chips are cold.
Yeah, my chips are cold.
Yeah, and me
Oh.
being next to him whilst he was complaining about his chips. But yeah, I did meet Scott Sinclair.
Oh, amazing. So Anelka, Sterling, Lampard, Sinclair, and Sean Wright Phillips.
John Wright Phillips has got to be first, hasn't it?
1998.
I think Anelka next.
2002. That is correct. Yeah.
Who was the other three? Sorry,
You've got Sterling, Lampard, and Sinclair.
And then I think Scott Sinclair.
2012.
Yes, yeah. Then
2012. Then Sterling. Then Lampard.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard 2014. Raheem Sterling 2015. Just out. Yeah. Christmas questions. It's in the loveliest manner. They're all redundant. That's not a diss to anyone writing in because they're all about what happens with Maresca.
I reckon he gets sacked.
You think that might?
I don't think he's long for this world at Chelsea, to be honest, Maresca.
You fucker. But you clever fucker.
I think he might be gone. Yeah, he might be gone. You know what? Because it is technically a new... Well, it is a new year. It is a new year. I'll jump in. It is Thursday. It doesn't feel like... I don't know what fucking day it is.
I'm jet lagged. If I was jet lagged.
Mate, I'm on jet lag. No. I've got Chelsea jet lag. It's full of sadness, regret. Anyway.
So this is the opening day of the new season. Yeah?
Opening day of the new season, yeah, because you are.
And it's me versus Chris. Wow.
Back-to-back champions. Here we are. Back-to-back champions. So let's see if we can get more than 10 Iron Armies this year. This year's starting category is the Premier League. So I just want you to name the 20 currently active players with the most appearances in the Premier League. This is as correct as of Boxing Day 2025. So,
as in...
They're currently playing in the Premier League right now on an active team.
Okay.
The 20 most active players with the most appearances in the Premier League. So,
okay,
Chris, you are the current champion. Give me a name, please.
James Milner.
James Milner, the highest here, 647. I think he's close to the record.
Yeah, he must be.
I'm going to go with Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker, 426.
Good shout. Jordan Henderson.
Oh, that's going to be the next one.
447. Yeah, Gareth Barry is on 653. James Milner recently picked up an appearance, so he's on 648. So he's getting there. He's getting there.
I'm going to go for Danny Welbeck.
Danny Welbeck is on 379. He's in the list.
Well, that is a cracking shout, by the way.
Yeah. He's been around for He's been started playing. He's like 2012. So
yeah, that's true. What was Danny Welbeck's number of appearances? Sorry,
379. Lowest on this list now is 276.
Okay. What about Mo Salah?
Oh, Chris, you keep copying me. I was going to say that next.
315.
I'm going to stay on the Liverpool line. I'm going to go Van Dijk.
Virgil, 318.
He was going to be my next answer, Berth, you bastard.
There's so good, so many good names on this list, I must say.
Trying to think about goalkeepers, but a lot of teams have changed their goalkeepers. They have to still be playing in the Premier League, not just playing in general. Yeah, okay.
No, they have to be in the Premier League, registered with a Premier League team.
Mike, he's stalling here. He's stalling here. Come on.
If they are in the squad, they count.
Andy Robertson.
Andy Robertson, 390.
Who does he play in goal for?
I couldn't think of a goalkeeper.
I've actually got a keeper. Jordan Pickford.
Jordan Pickford, 341.
Oh, what a great shout that is, by the way.
I can't get over some of the names on this list. Oh, they're brilliant.
This could be completely wrong. But he plays every game, but I don't know how long he's been there. Jared Bowen.
Jared Bowen.
The great shout if it's right.
No, he's not on the list. He's not on the list, Chris. Berth even. You can win the first game of the season.
I'm going to go with
Any player.
James Tarkowski.
James Tarkowski of 320 appearances. Berth picks up the win to
Well
kick
done,
off
Berth.
2026.
And funnily enough, that's my first appearance on Lone Army Carousel in 3 years. So
Was
Long injury delay.
Was Michael Keane on the list?
Michael Keane, no. I can't believe one. There is.
I'll tell you who would have been up there.
One goal.
Alex Iwobi. Was that
Alex Iwobi, 307.
Oh, good shout, yeah.
There's two. One's a former Blue. One is still in our team.
Raheem Sterling.
Raheem Sterling, 396.
Oh, yeah.
He's still in our squad. He's there.
Bastard.
Another former Blue.
Hmm.
I don't know where he plays. Is he at Villa? I don't know where he plays. I really don't know where he plays, actually. Where does he play?
I don't know who it is.
No, he plays for Villa. He does play for Villa. He's 32. Fucking hell, I feel old.
Still.
Ross Barkley, yeah. And
Ross Barkley, yeah.
You've got a Spurs player, defender. I think he was their captain, I think, last year. I watched him in person. He was awful.
Ben Davis.
Ben Davis, he was awful.
Yeah.
Manchester City midfielder.
Bernardo Silva,
283.
Good
Arsenal's midfield, best player in the world, apparently.
Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, 294.
Wow.
Manchester United defender, best in the world. Massive head. Harry Maguire. A player for, I don't know, he just takes a load of free kicks. I don't know who he plays for now.
West Ham. Props.
That's the one. 409. Brighton. Big, tall player.
Dan Burt. No, he's at Newcastle.
No, his partner.
Lewis Dunk.
And we've got an Everton captain and a goalkeeper that, honestly, I swear, he will never
Seamus Coleman.
Seamus Coleman, and the goalkeeper, he's at West Ham.
Fabianski.
There we go. Oh, he was playing the other day, weren't he? I feel like he was. My word, you look at the team. James Milner's is going to win this top. He'll get over 5 games between now and the end of the season. Yeah, he'll get that.
Yeah, he'll get that.
But just a nice gesture. Like, there you go, mate.
Enjoy
your shirt at the end of the season at the final game, where it just shows your number of appearances. It's like thumbs up. Right, listeners, we are at the end of another episode. Thank you as always for tuning in. Don't forget, though, we are proud partner with Head in the Game, the mental health charity using football to support wellbeing and community. You can find out more at headinthegame.co.uk. Treat yourself well. We'll be back on Monday with winners and losers from Chelsea and Man City. There is no more news since nothing. It just says Maresca remains on Man City's shortlist for the future and is highly rated by the club. That's from Fabrizio Romano. Guardiola's not made any decision if he's going to leave. That's about it. Yeah, there we go. That's about it. Nothing else. Cool. So until then, that'll be us signing off.
You've been listening to At The Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At The Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.